Yes Have Some Podcast is brought to you by Carnivorous Creations, your one-stop shop for all of your Proton Pack building needs. If you're in the market for a Proton Pack, head to carnivorouscreations.com. That's carnivorous with a K. You're going to find aluminum motherboards, resin parts, fiberglass shells, and a whole lot more. Find them on Facebook at Carnivorous Creations or head straight to carnivorouscreations.com, remember carnivorous with a K, and get started on an authentic, screen-accurate Proton Pack.
Everything's under control. Situation normal.
I don't want to grow up. Do you want some?
Jurassic Park. Now playing at PSW.
Ecto goggles with Ecto Bomber, neutron blaster, and water zapper, each sold separately.
From the corner penthouse of Spook Central all the way to Star Killer Base, this is Yes Have Some Podcast.
You like? Yes, have some.
Yes, have some.
You know, they told me you people were conceited douchebags.
The only place in the multiverse where you can love the book, hate the movie, but still buy all the toys.
I'm afraid you're just too darn loud.
I'm not looking for a friend. I'm looking for a Jedi Master.
What?
Please remember to hold on to your butts and get ready to get stressed. With your hosts, Craig Goldberg, Abigail Gardner, and Jacob Walsh.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's just funny to me that you have those.
Well, I was like, I got a craving after watching the second one.
Yeah.
It wasn't good, but it wasn't bad. It was pacing.
It wasn't as bad as we played it out to be.
Stop it.
Same as it
Stop
was
it.
when we
You cannot
started.
eat a 6-month-old cookie and be like, it wasn't so bad.
It wasn't bad.
If it's frozen, it's fine.
It's fine. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 97 of Yes Have Some Podcast.
If it's frozen, it's fine. That's the name.
If it's frozen, it's fine.
Anything that was frozen is fine. You can eat it.
Yeah.
That's the rule.
Welcome, everybody. How are my people doing?
Ah, I'm doing good.
Good.
Oh,
This
boy.
person.
You're my people.
Okay.
I don't own you.
Just don't call us your peeps.
All right.
Whoa.
What happened? Jacob Walsh, how's it going, man?
Dude, I'm stressed.
Ooh.
Can I be stressed for a minute?
Go
You
for
may.
it.
I'm gonna drop a stress.
All right, tell us.
Drop it. I feel like so this story just took place yesterday, but I feel like I almost told this exact story maybe last week or the week before.
Okay.
But I've been selling a few things on eBay,
Right.
and I sold a lot of 10 Funko Pops.
Okay.
How could you part with those, Jake?
Well,
I know what a serious collector of the Funko Pop you are.
I'll tell you how.
Yeah.
8 of the 10 were reboot Ghostbusters.
Oh, I got it.
But anyway, I sold them as a lot, shipped them out, and I got a message yesterday from the buyer, and he's like, "Hey, this package came in today, but there's only 7." He's like, "Wasn't there 10?" And I was like, "What are you talking?" I was like, no, there should be 10. My first thought was like, is he trying to scam me?
Right.
Yeah.
And then I went and looked, and I'm like, nope, I accidentally sent him 7. And I still had the other 3 just sitting on my shelf.
Wait,
All right. What did you hold on to? What were you trying to swindle him out of? Which was
Jesus. It was Abby, Kevin,
Secret
and
fan.
I think Aaron.
Wow.
Okay.
they just somehow, when I was packing them up, I didn't put it. I don't know what happened. I don't know if maybe they didn't fit in the. I don't know if maybe they didn't fit in the box, and my intention was to send 2 shipments, or I don't know. But I just looked, and they were on my shelf.
So you're telling me that this person ordered some Funko Pops from you, realized they didn't have the Melissa McCarthy Ghostbusters Funko Pop, and they were upset. They reached out to you.
They were upset. They reached out to me.
Cool.
So I like got up in the morning, took them to the post office, and I had to be like, dude, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to fuck you over. I just forgot to send those. And I sent him I'm not sure, you know how sometimes Funko Pop people are collectors of Funko Pops and not necessarily what the pop is of.
Right.
They're
But then I'm not really a Funko Pop collector. I just had them because they were Ghostbusters. So I'm not really sure why this person bought them, but I was like, I'm going to just throw in some extra stuff. So I grabbed a couple Ghostbuster things that I had doubles of, or just, little knickknack things, and threw them in the box. And I shipped it out this morning.
Yeah.
So it's on its way, but also like when he sent me the message yesterday, instead of just asking me, he opened one of those request things.
Oh God.
So I'm like, great, now one of those is open on me until this shows up. But I gave him the tracking number today. But I'm just like, hey, I've had like 2, stupid eBay things happen in the last month, and it's annoying.
Yeah, well, thank you for dropping that stress.
Yeah.
Did you see the Funko Pennywise movie moments figure that they're putting out?
I did. It's pretty cool.
Oh, it's cute. I'm looking at it for the first time right now.
Cute.
I like it.
It's Georgie in the paper boat, and they're looking down on Pennywise, who's coming out of the sewer. I don't know. It's kind of cool.
I like it.
I like it, but I wish it was that, but not like a pop thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I wish it was like a statue or just some other figure, but not like big-headed Funko Pops.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. If I saw a Funko Pennywise in the sewer, I'd be like, I'm coming down there. You're cute.
You're cute. I'm coming in.
You'd risk it for a Funko? You'd go down into the sewer?
I wouldn't. I'd order one from Jake, and then it wouldn't come.
And then you only get half of it.
You only get half the order. The movie moments Funko sets are kind of cute. They have like a Han Solo Greedo one that's pretty good.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's cute.
But I ain't buying none of it because I gotta have some focused collecting in my life. We've all been down that road where you start wondering why you're buying the things you're buying.
Yes.
What is that? Abby, tell me, what is that?
I go through it. I was just, I picked up a trade paperback of Captain Marvel comic, and I was like, dude, why do I buy single issues? I should only buy like the nice thick trade paperback because I just feel better. I feel like I'm saving money, etc., etc. And like, yeah, I analyze and reanalyze like what I'm buying and for what reason, and like want to change it up all the time.
Do you want to, speaking of that, if we're impromptu stress, do you want to tell your story about how you encountered Free Comic Book Day?
Yeah, actually, it was a Saturday, which was just like any other Saturday to me. And I was at work, and I had my break, and I go to Oxford Comics. That's like my favorite comic book shop. I always hope that I'm going to see James Gunn because he was there like once. But anyway,
that's logical.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, so I've after seeing Infinity War, obviously, like I'm all about Brie Larson, and I like Captain Marvel or Carol Danvers, as she apparently prefers to go by. So I reached out to John Yerkeba, and I was like, "Hey, dude, I'm gonna go to the comic book store. Want to read about Captain Marvel? I'm excited. Where should I start?" And of course, he
Real
said,
quick interjection: getting into a comic character is extremely stressful.
Yeah.
Because where do you start with like? Okay, let's say I was like, I like Captain America, I like Chris Evans, I like the MCU. I'm going to start reading Captain America comics. It's like, okay, you've got 80 years of fucking shit to come through.
Yeah, where do you start?
Different iterations, different runs, and I think she's she's been around for a while, so whatever.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to know. And so I thought that John would know because he's a big fan of hers. And so yeah. The best thing about John is that he doesn't just respond with like a sentence or two. It's like a lot of great information.
It's like asking Wikipedia what to do. And he's going to give you not only what you should be buying, what you shouldn't be buying, and then some foundational knowledge of why you should be buying it.
Yes.
It's an education.
It's good.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, he recommended a couple different places to start. He like sent me a link and said one of his favorite artists and like whatever, gave me some loose advice. I appreciated it. On the way over to the comic book store, I was trying to respond, but when I got there, the place was just packed out the ass, and I had no idea what was going on. There were kids everywhere, and I walked in, and there was literally like a girl dressed in full Captain Marvel like costume, and she was very cute. I was very stressed. I looked at her, I went, "What the fuck?" And then I saw a bunch of kids, and I stopped saying "fuck."
Do you think that you Bill and Tedded that, like in the sense that you wanted to buy Captain Marvel, and therefore there was somebody dressed as Captain Marvel when you got there?
Yeah.
Like if you would have been like, I'm gonna go buy
Rocket Raccoon?
I'm looking for Moby Dick. And you just get there and there'd just be a giant whale in the comic book store. Or Captain Ahab.
Yeah.
Who I referred to, I couldn't think of Captain Ahab's name the other day, and I said Patrick Stewart.
Oh, okay. That's good too.
All right. So anyways, not to interrupt, keep going.
No, that's about it. Like I walked in hoping I would have like this quiet, reclusive moment at the comic book store where I could just kind of browse, but there were so many people. They barely had any of the stuff that John recommended, but they did have the one which was I think it's the flight. Oh, I have a picture of the issue. It's called Rise of Alpha Flight, and I have enjoyed it, and I'm enjoying Carol Danvers, and
me too.
Yeah, I couldn't even. Jake, you've been to that comic book store. There's like the one room is all toys. Like I couldn't even get to it physically because there were people.
Oh God.
Yeah. Now were all the employees in costume?
Smell pretty good in there?
Ah, so good. It smelled like some Doritos and some onions and other things. But no, there was a Carol Danvers, and then there was another girl who was dressed as like a Star Trek Next Generation, like she was in the red uniform.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
I like nobody was paying attention to her, but I was like, I like that. I like what you got going. So
cool.
Shout out to her.
And I did nothing. I have no stress.
Oh,
cool.
I
do. No one wants to hear my actual stress.
Yeah, I want to hear your stress.
I need an oil change.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
We have to get an oil change before we go to MegaCon. So people can totally relate to that.
Real life stress.
Well, cool. Well, before we move on to fuck budgeting, because that's going to happen, I guess we've got some catching up to do. Avengers last week. It's taking the world by storm still, and it's making hashtag all the money, and is rising and is quickly becoming one of the highest grossing films of all time. And I don't know. What's interesting is that it's going to run into other big summer movie releases, so it doesn't have the advantage of being released in like December, like a Star Wars movie where there's really not a whole lot going on in January and February, or Black Panther, which came out in February and is still in theaters making money, even though it's on Blu-ray as of this week. So pick up Black Panther.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So, but we've got big movies coming up. We've got Deadpool in about a week.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, we've got a great Celine Dion track, too, like already from that movie.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about your guys' feelings about the Celine Dion video. For anybody who doesn't know, there was a surprise drop of a new Celine Dion video that's from the Deadpool 2 soundtrack. And for what it's worth, I will say that the summer movie blockbuster ballad is back.
Yeah.
It is.
Big
it's fun.
way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I think we can all thank James Gunn for like the importance of the soundtrack, maybe in some small way coming back.
I mean,
I can see that.
I can
having bangers being important. Yeah.
I was reading an article about the transition that the MCU has gone through and how their last 4 or 5 films have really been standouts because basically they're getting a lot of the bureaucracy out of the way at Marvel. They're letting the creators do what they do.
Dude, yeah, Ragnarok is proof, I'd say.
Ragnarok's proof. Black Panther's proof. What James Gunn has been... Because if you guys remember a couple years ago, Guardians of the Galaxy was looked at as kind of a huge risk. Like, it was an unknown property with this wacky horror drug.
Yeah, we were watching...
Nobody knew what Guardians of the Galaxy... Like, it's like... Even when Iron Man started, Iron Man was kind of like a third, rate character.
Right.
But Guardians of the Galaxy is like, who knew anything about Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, they're like, one of them's a tree. One of them's a raccoon.
Right, it doesn't sound real.
Funny man, Chris Pratt. Yeah, but it obviously blew everyone away, so.
So I was reading an article and James Gunn was talking about how, and it's well documented, one of the reasons why Edgar Wright wasn't able to do Ant-Man was because he was just getting a lot of pushback, and that was kind of before Marvel was able to kind of configure everything, and Kevin Feige was able to just do what he wanted to do without all the suits and ties interfering. They had a writer's room full of comic book writers that were getting in the way, and all of this is leading me to say that one of the notes that James Gunn got during production of Guardians of the Galaxy is that they suggested he get rid of all the 70 songs from the soundtrack.
Yeah.
We want to go with a more traditional superhero score.
Like, what is that?
It's bullshit.
Yeah,
and it's
Nickelback?
We want Nickelback. People, we've done market research. People are more likely to buy into a
sorry if you like Nickelback.
brash-talking raccoon if Nickelback is involved. No. So yeah, thank James Gunn. The new song is called Ashes by Celine Dion. There's a wonderful video with her and Deadpool, and that was kind of a big deal. That was a lot of fun. And also, Jake, I know you like Celine. Abigail?
Do you?
I don't know. You told me you did.
Yeah, we found out that you did.
Sure.
Yeah. Jake,
she's just fine. I love her.
Yeah, I think she's fun.
Do you want to tell this?
I don't think I know any Celine Dion songs.
Yeah.
But I don't dislike it.
Oh, come on.
What I like is my favorite takeaway from the whole thing is that we've been making fun of James Cameron lately because he came out and said that superhero movies were going to be on their way out and people were going to be fatigued.
Yeah.
And then and obviously James Cameron directed Titanic, Celine Dion, Titanic, the song was a big, and then you have fucking Celine Dion with her big comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Deadpool.
Fucking Deadpool. Yeah, it's amazing.
So
took his girl.
You know he's pissed off. You know he saw that and he's like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Celine, he called her. Listen.
Yeah, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
I will throw you in that ocean.
I will ram your head into an iceberg.
Like you, and then you see Cameron like pulls out the what's it called, the jewel from Titanic. He pulls out he pulls out the jewel from Titanic and then adds it to the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yes.
The seventh Infinity Stone is the heart of the ocean.
And he makes the half of the world who hate Avatar disappear.
I swear by the blood of my father Odin that the heart of the ocean will not be belonging to James. What's his name? James Cameron. James Gunn. James Joyce. I don't know what's happening. Cool. So yeah, Deadpool coming up. We're going to be covering it extensively. We all enjoyed the first one. And is there any fan better than a Deadpool fan, Abby?
Oh, they're my favorite. Super low-key, super tolerable.
They're great.
No.
It's super tolerable. That's how I would define them. And then, of course...
They're very enthusiastic, so that's good.
We've got MegaCon coming up. Mm-hmm. We've got the Jeff Goldblum encounter.
Ugh.
I feel like this is what... It's no surprise that our 100th episode is going to be landing basically at the same time where we meet Jeff Goldblum. It's all led up to this.
Yeah. It's what it's been all about.
How are you feeling about that right now?
I'm taking some deep breaths, honestly. I'm stressed mostly because our friend Ryan just had like a really good interaction with him at a convention up in Canada. So I want to be able to top that. Like I want to be able, I don't know what I'm wearing either. I want like a Yes Have Some shirt, and I know we're doing our group photos, so I don't know if we've planned it, but
we haven't.
We found the time.
We
we're
have
going
not
at 1
talked
o'clock.
about it.
Yeah, 1 o'clock Saturday.
Let's have a meeting right now.
My thing that I ordered to get him to sign has not come in yet, so waiting on that.
We should cancel everything.
Yeah, let's not go.
You know what? You know what? I've never been stressed? Just sitting in the house watching TV. It's when I leave the house. That's when the stress.
When I'm in my house, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Go out.
When I leave, I get weird. Well, cool. So yeah, we've got Han Solo, Deadpool, MegaCon, YHS, 100th episode coming up. We've got a lot going on.
Yeah.
We're not slowing down anytime soon. And we really thank all of our listeners. Thanks for everybody for making Avengers our most downloaded episode this year. Mm-hmm. So people seem to really be interested in what we think of the biggest movie of all time. I feel like we didn't really take a whole lot of hot takes on it. It was pretty much, we all enjoyed it, and we're looking forward. But the Russos kind of came out this week, now that the dust has settled, and they basically have confirmed that everybody, including Gamora, is trapped in the Soul Stone.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So we shouldn't be grieving.
No more grieving.
No right
well,
get over your shit.
Get over it.
I think for a lot of people who read, those comics, it might have been obvious, because it wasn't for me, because I never read those Infinity Gauntlet comics. Mm-hmm. But after the movie came out, I started doing after I saw the film, I started doing like some research and like reading other people's opinions, because like they do leave it open at the end about what happens to everyone who kind of turns to you're not really sure. But every video I saw, everyone who had read the comics are like, oh, they're in the Soul Stone. That's what happens. Like, they're in the Soul. They're not dead. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I guess that's the answer. They just leave it vague for moviegoers who don't know that.
They're in the heart of the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just hanging.
they're in right before. I want to cut a scene together where it's the end of Titanic, right before she throws the heart of the ocean into the... That's what it's called, right?
It's the Heart of the Ocean. They have one online at Walmart you can get for $7.99. I just saw
it's probably...
That's probably the right one.
It's the best one.
So before she throws it in, it kind of twinkles, and I want to have that twinkle cut to the flashback of Gamora and Thanos inside the Soul Stone at the end of Avengers. That's what I want. And also, rest in peace, Bill Paxton. He's the best part of Titanic, and I really miss him.
Yeah.
He is.
And moment of silence.
I know.
Okay.
I want
the extreme.
The extreme. Yeah. Finger of God.
It's all put on a big cable star.
I think Bill Paxton became the finger of God once he passed on.
I like that.
You think Bill Paxton now just lives in the afterlife as multiple tornadoes throughout the world?
Spins, Bill Paxton gets his wings.
I like the idea of every time. I think Bill Paxton. All right, I want educational tornado videos to appear like in hologram form in my house every time there's bad weather, and it's just Bill Paxton giving you the rundown of what you should do.
And separately in another Twister, Helen Hunt.
Yes,
just she couldn't be there to film it.
You're about to encounter one of the most dangerous forces that nature's ever. An F5. You like that one, Jay?
Yes.
It's so funny.
It's so dumb. I love it. God, I like Bill Paxton. Unrealized. All right, cool. Well, moving on. So, we got a lot going on. Thanks to all of our listeners. Thanks for everybody for hanging out and getting the good discussion thread going on YHS Group Therapy. If you want to join in on the discussion, make sure that you head to Facebook, search Yes Have Some Group Therapy, join the group.
Show off your stuff.
Show us your toys. We'll appreciate it, yeah. We'll secretly be jealous of them, but we'll tell you that we like them. Mm-hmm. And then we'll talk about movies, and we'll talk about stress, and we'll talk
some shit.
We'll talk some shit. And, no, we have a lot of fun over there. I really like so it was funny with the Avengers thread. It started off as very serious discussion. And then as the days passed, it just has kind of formed into all the memes. Mm-hmm. And there's so, like, how many Avengers memes have you seen with, like, people just, like, fading away and, like, inappropriate? There's, like, the O.J. Simpson one.
Yeah.
Right. There's the one today somebody sent me. It's just George Bush wearing the Infinity Gauntlet with the Twin Towers fading away.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Did you see the today Wendy's Twitter tweeted one?
No.
And it's a Big Mac, and at the bottom it says Big Mac, I don't feel so good, and it's like fading away.
Oh my God. Are you kidding
That's
me?
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, the Wendy's, before we move on, the Wendy's, what's it called?
Wendy's.
Wendy. The Wendy's Twitter, Wendy's and Arby's have great Twitter accounts. Some of the best stuff that I've ever seen.
They're funny,
They just troll everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it's kind of funny because, like, obviously McDonald's is much bigger than Wendy's, and second place always attacks first place.
Mm-hmm.
But good on them. You guys ready to talk about a little? There was a movie announcement this week. Gosh, what was it? It's something we've been looking forward to.
Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah.
Should we not even spoil it?
69 dudes. Sorry, everybody. Very excited.
So Bill and Ted 3, the long-awaited, the long-wished for, the long-dreamed about, and the long-teased is actually happening. It was confirmed at the Cannes Film Festival. No, wait.
It was confirmed by Troy Benjamin.
It was confirmed by Troy
Yes,
Benjamin.
Have Some Therapy. Group therapy.
I had some stress this week on the appropriate way to pronounce Cannes. It's not Cannes. It's not Cannes. It's not Canes. The appropriate pronunciation of the word of the film festival is kin. It's the Kin Film Festival.
Okay.
That's my French. And I realized, I looked it up, Cannes is a inappropriate word for a female in French.
Okay.
Equivalent to the C word in English.
Okay.
Cool. Say it again.
Con.
Got it.
Okay. Now that we've cleared that out of the way. Bill and Ted 3 is fucking happening. Bill and Ted Face the Music was announced. It's being shopped at the film festival. It's going to be internationally distributed. It's going to be written by the original writers, directed by... please look up the name of the director because I'm fucking it up already. But it's the guy who directed Galaxy Quest. And it's going to be starring Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves. And they're going to be using... they're not going to be replacing Rufus. They're going to be using some original alternative footage from the first movie. George Carlin's going to be involved. I'm very, very pumped. Jake, what is your thought on this? We've talked about Bill and Ted a lot.
Dean Parasot?
That's the name of the director.
Cool. The only thing that I mean, I'm super excited. I love Bill and Ted. I think I love Bill and Ted 2 even more than the first one. And I'm like, it's one of these things they've been talking about forever. And you're just like, please, someone, like, why is this not happening yet?
Right.
But I'm a little confused. Like, so they say it's official. Where's it being made? Like, is it a studio's already bought this? Like, what?
So what it is Warner Brothers is distributing it and putting it out under their Orion, which is like their, what the originals were put under. And basically, I take that back. Warner Brothers is producing it and financing it. They've got producers lined up. They've got all the money in place. So
it's ready to go. Then
it's ready to go. It's in pre-production officially. What happens is when a studio has a property or a movie that they're excited about that does not already have distribution, they'll take it to one of the big film festivals like Cannes, Craig, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
Craig's Film Festival.
SeaWorld.
Or what's the other big one that they do in the United States? Sundance. Thank you.
Sundance.
And they'll shop it around for distribution.
Gotcha.
So basically, the article from Deadline, which originally reported it, was saying that this is going to be one of the hottest properties being shopped around. So I would expect that the timeline is that since they're in pre-production right now, that they'll be John Wick 3 is going to be filmed right now. It's in production, and then I'm assuming later this year, Bill and Ted 3 will be filmed, and then it'll be released next summer.
Wow. Can you imagine what it's going to be like when we get that first image of Bill and Ted?
I can't even...
God, it's going to be amazing.
I'm trying to equate it to what... There's not a whole lot to compare it to. I mean, I want to compare it to The Force Awakens.
Han Solo. Seeing Han Solo again,
I want to compare it to that, and I've got a fear.
Okay.
My fear is that I think Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves are going to knock it out of the park, but I was talking about this a little bit with Troy Benjamin. When there's this much space, there's the chance...
29 years,
when it's been 29 years, there's always the chance that... I mean, have you guys seen Dumb and Dumber 2?
Yep, I knew that's what you were going to talk about.
It's Dumb and Dumber...
It's garbage.
Weird.
It's bizarre.
It's weird, yeah. It just doesn't work.
It doesn't work, and... Listen, the first Dumb and Dumber is one of my favorite comedies of all time. Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels are extremely talented. The Farrelly brothers are obviously some of the best comedy directors of our generation.
Yeah.
But it just didn't work. And it was weird, and it felt off-putting, and it felt like a weird Funny or Die sketch for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And I'm not worried that is going to happen, but, like, it could.
Yeah. Like, have these... Yeah. But my argument against that is that Keanu Reeves seems to have stayed very true to the person he was, like, at that time. Like, he hasn't really veered off or changed, and he's going through...
he's the exact same.
Yeah, he's the exact same. Like, Jim Carrey is not the exact same. Yeah, he is. Like, he's getting better, so...
Yeah, Jim Carrey is...
Jim Carrey's in a different place, and there's a reason why that, like, you
Jim
can't
Carrey's
have
in a
that
different, like, dimension. So you think that they're going to be able to... I mean... The thing about Bill and Ted is that those movies are like cult classics, and it's peak nostalgia right now. I imagine that they're going to do something pretty special, and that people are going to be very excited for that movie when it comes out.
I think so, yeah.
I hope that it is a theatrical release and it's not like a direct to Netflix thing, because I want to go to the theater and see a new Bill and Ted movie.
God, yeah, same.
Do you think we'll see George Carlin? Like,
yeah, I mean, they said that. That they're going to be using, like, they have footage from the first movie or maybe the second movie that was not used.
Maybe some flashbacks or something.
Yeah, well, because they said in that article in Entertainment Weekly a couple weeks ago, they said part of the movie. So basically, the movie's called Bill and Ted Face the Music. They've released a plot synopsis, and we talked about this a couple weeks ago. But basically, the synopsis is that Bill and Ted are now in their late 40s, and they're married with kids, and they haven't done the thing that they were supposed to do, which is what both movies
write the song.
Like
what happened? Like what happens at the end of part 2, basically.
Yeah, because like
someone comes from the future and tells them if they don't write the song, then the world's gonna end.
Yeah, it's the same plot as the first movie, basically.
Right.
Because you always forget that the plot of Bill and Ted is actually that the entire the future of like the world is dependent on the peace and harmony brought on by Bill and Ted's music.
Like, it's so fucking silly.
And like they never actually sit down and practice or can play a cohesive song. That's the best thing about it.
Like
right?
it basically is like at some point the phrase "In God We Trust" will be replaced by "Be excellent to each other."
I guarantee you, like the third film. So you know, at the end of the movie, they go to the future, come back, and they play that song.
Yeah,
and like all that shit. I guarantee you, in the third movie, they're gonna be like, "But didn't you guys go to the future and learn how to play?" And they're gonna be like, "Yeah, but we only learned that one song." And they'll be like, "Hey, and that wasn't even our song. It's a Kiss song."
Yeah. I was gonna say they probably ripped it off somebody. That's great.
Yeah.
Bill, if we don't learn how to play our instruments, we're not going to be able to save the world. I can't wait. I'm very excited. I think it's going to be special. And listen, I don't know if we're ever going to get another Ghostbusters movie. I don't know if we're ever going to get another movie like The Force Awakens. Like, who knows if we're ever going to get Gremlins 3. So this might be our one chance to really just dive into some pure 80s nostalgia and relive our childhoods or whatever that might be. So we'll I don't know, as it progresses and as news and pictures and video comes out, we'll be covering it extensively. And I would love to get like Alex Winter on the podcast.
God, that'd be amazing.
Yeah. Or the guy from the Universal show
or
plays him.
Yeah, they're gonna have to bring.
Experience?
They just canceled the Bill and Ted live show. They're gonna have to bring it back,
dude. They'll be bringing it back for
They'll
sure.
Bring it back. Cool. So, yeah, and also, thank God for Keanu Reeves. I literally think he's my favorite.
He's great, man.
Dude, you made it Keanu Reeves Appreciation Day yesterday.
Yesterday, officially.
Yeah. Announced it.
It's official. It's national official. Holiday.
Big news.
Big news. Well, Abby, I know that your adolescent self appreciated Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, I did. I appreciated him very much.
Okay.
Thought about him quite often. Yeah, that was like
a little bit of insight.
This is my first like Wikipedia hole that I fell into, was reading about him and jotting down all the information into my diary. So yeah, I was a big fan, and I think he's still great, and like he's
also
he
apparently a very early adopter of Wikipedia.
Yeah, was that?
I think it was around.
It was
probably around. It had to be around. Okay, cool.
1999, yeah.
Yeah.
98.
God, guys, The Matrix is good.
The Matrix was around then, that's for sure.
Right, cool. All right, guys. Anything else to cover before we move on to this week's fucking budget?
Let's do it.
Let's fuck it up.
Fuck. Motherfuck. I don't give a fuck.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Fuck it up.
All right, cool. It is time for the Yes Have Some Fuck Budget, the weekly segment or bi-weekly segment. The segment that we do every now and again where we break down 5 ongoing topics in pop culture, movies, toys, even sometimes music. I offer 5 topics to Abby and Jake. They tell me how many fucks they give.
Well, you give us 10 fucks to start with.
Yeah, I do. I allocate a 10 fuck bank. You each take your bank, and you decide how many fucks you're going to give. The goal is to not spend more fucks than you have. And as toy collectors, we all can relate to spending more money than we make.
Oh, yeah.
I had that conversation multiple times this week. I curse you, the barge.
Okay. Barge regret.
I have none. I will be living on the streets with that barge.
Post barge.
You're gonna be living in that barge.
Like you see like a homeless dude with his dog. You guys are gonna see me on the corner of fucking Ponce in Atlanta with a leash on my barge, holding a sign that says, "Not worried about me. Need food for barge.
Need Black Series figures for my barge.
Oh my god, homeless barge needs
Max Rebo's band.
I need to feed my Sarlacc pit.
Barge needs Kenner.
Oh god! And I'll look all crazy, and somebody will walk by me and be like, "Oh, more like Return of the Deadeye."
You've done that.
Well,
that has happened. Return of the Deadeye.
Yeah, I like that. That's my parody.
That's
my parody account.
That's good.
Cool. So all that aside, it's time to do the fuck budget. Are you all ready?
I'm ready.
Yep.
Okay. My commitment to you is to go in order and not throw anything off. Because
change.
Lord knows if I skip something, the two of you will be frenetic and fanatical. Fanatical about correcting me, I should say.
I'll be frantic.
Yeah, that's what did I say?
I don't know.
Kinetic?
Frantic? Frenetic?
Hey.
Yes.
Don't be a con.
Okay. All right.
All right. Number 1. Jurassic World director and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom producer and the man who will be directing the third Jurassic World, Colin Trevorrow, came out this week and said that Jurassic World 3 will no longer be utilizing hybrid dinosaurs. When it comes to no hybrids in JW3, Abigail Gardner, how many fucks do you give?
I give this 2 fucks. Because I read this article, and as I read it, I mean, my honest opinion is that I prefer a non-cooked up dinosaur because, like, the Indominus, that's what it's called, yeah, from the first one, it was all right. It wasn't my most favorite thing to have like a altered amalgam monster. I kind of like having the monsters be more like, or the dinosaurs be characters like in and of themselves. So I think that it's a good direction to go away from that. And I think that obviously with the Indoraptor in Fallen Kingdom, we're going to be getting kind of like another go at like what's the biggest, like craziest thing they can like put together. The article said that they're going to try to kind of go back to their roots of like the original movie, which sounds fantastic. Like I was thinking if we get to go back to like excavation sites and like see Ellie and Grant doing their thing like back in the day kind of a thing that'd be nice. I'd like to get back to like old school Jurassic Park. Okay. And less of like the
shine,
hybrid.
more of the wonder.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite dinosaur?
Oh, the T-Rex.
God, yeah. Classic.
Yeah, I'd have to say. I like the Compies too because they're cute and little.
You're just a British girl on an island taking a lunch break.
Yeah, I think they're cute.
Jake.
2 fucks.
Yo.
No hybrids. How many fucks do you give?
I gave it 3 fucks. All of the same reasons Abby said. I do like the Indominus, but it also Jurassic World felt very much like the Indominus is the bad guy. All these other dinosaurs are the good guys. You know what I mean? Like
right.
it and I think this movie, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, is going to be very similar. Like Blue obviously is going to be going up against the Indoraptor. And but it's fine. Like it's like when you're on the, you know, what, 5th Jurassic Park movie and you're probably running out of ideas to be interesting. I think it's okay. And I think this movie looks like it's going to be a little more almost scary, a little more like a horror film. And that's fine because like they basically have created a monster at this point. But I am very excited that they're not going to do it for the third film. Like exactly what Abby said, getting back to the wonder, and these are animals, and the issue isn't like, oh, we got to stop this monster. That's what I want to see as well. And also just the fact that Jurassic World 2 isn't out yet, but they already know what they're doing for the third movie. That makes me feel good because, hey, you know what other big franchise doesn't even know that far ahead? Fucking Star Wars.
Hey. Oh, we're never going to get Kathy Kennedy on the air that way. No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So that just makes me feel good that they're already they already know what they're doing for the third movie, and it's different. So
cool.
Yeah.
I just had an idea for an episode that we're going to do very soon. You have been given the reins of Star Wars Episode 9. What do you do?
Oh my God.
Keep that in the back pocket. I had a hot take on Twitter earlier because I was actually watching Jurassic World today because it's been on FX and I've watched it like 5 times or something like that. And my hot take was that now nobody freak out.
Okay.
The third act of Jurassic World is the best third act of all of the Jurassic Park movies.
Wow. That is a hot take. That is a hot take.
So just, chew on that. Mm-hmm. Or don't. I don't care. It's just my opinion. No pitchforks. Yeah. Okay, cool. Good. So 3 fucks for Jake, 2 fucks for Abby. Are you guys ready to go?
Did you guys watch Saturday Night Live this week?
Yes.
Did you, that courtroom scene?
Yeah.
Where is my favorite part of that whole he's like trying to defend Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And my favorite part, he's like, the Rex is a good guy now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I thought that was kind of a fun. That was like, I was surprised that was like the first sketch. That seemed like one of those like weirdo
At
like,
the end,
at the
very
end.
Yeah.
The whole episode was.
I liked it.
Yeah,
It was a good episode.
Yeah, I did. I liked it too. I liked the Friendo sketch too.
Oh yeah,
Really
they did some good stuff. Hey, you know what?
Hey, Donald Glover's pretty talented. What do you say?
Yeah, I think that guy's gonna make it.
He's gonna do pretty good.
Cool. Next up,
Yeah.
in the fuck budget.
Cool.
In an interview this week, actress Margot Robbie stated that there's a possibility that the next Harley Quinn movie, which is supposedly a Birds of Prey movie, the one that they've been working on for several years since the release of Suicide Squad, is going to possibly be an R-rated girl gang movie. Now, I know we all have strong opinions on the DCEU, but Jacob Walsh, when it comes to a Harley Quinn all-girl gang movie, and I love that alliteration.
Dude, yes.
How many fucks do you give?
0.
Oh.
I just don't care. I just
we
don't
need
care
we need the
about-
prices right.
Yeah, I just don't care, man. Like the DC movies across the board are not good, and Suicide Squad was leading the brigade of these movies suck, and I just don't give a shit about Harley Quinn, so I gave it $0.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say, did you see I, Tonya?
No, I hear it's great, but I haven't
It's
seen
great.
it.
Yeah.
I'd
the fact
rather-
that I've seen I, Tonya, I think influences the amount of fucks I'm giving to this.
Well, Abigail,
Yeah.
how many fucks
If
do you
we're
give?
ready to go into
I'm
it,
ready
yeah.
to fuck.
Oh, I wanted to say 0, just like Jake. But the fact that I really do like Margot Robbie and I, Tonya. And like reading that article said that Margot Robbie wants Harley Quinn to like have friends and like hang out with other females. And I don't know, like it could be a terrible trash fire, but it could be very bright and colorful and fun to look at. And I don't know, I want it to be good. So maybe it's something that I'll care about. So I'm giving it 1 fuck.
All right, let me prompt you guys on this. You said trash fire, and that reminded me of Suicide Squad when you said that earlier.
Yeah.
Objectively, was Harley Quinn the best part of Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least visually, like she's the thing I remember the most.
Right. Do you...
And she's not my most favorite character, but like maybe there will be other characters in the movie that I like. So.
Do you think...
And I like girl gangs.
You like girl gangs.
I do. And violence.
What else do you like?
Yeah. Female directors.
Okay.
Which this has. So.
Is there, like, here's what's weird to me about I want to chew on this for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's say they make this. And let's say it's good and people enjoy it. And it's like Deadpool, where it's just a game changer and it's funny and violent and sexy. What does that do for the DC universe? Like, I feel like at this point, like, it all feels very weird and fragmented, and they should just drop the bullshit and just figure out what they want to do. Because not only is this movie in production, there's like multiple other Harley Quinn spin-offs in production. There's a Batgirl movie that is being talked about. And then, like, we know we've got Aquaman.
Margot Robbie has stated that she's not involved in any other Harley Quinn productions, though. Like,
but okay, let's examine that. How? That would be like Scarlett Johansson coming out and being like, "Yeah,
I'm only doing my own thing."
There's 3 Black Widow movies being talked
Yeah.
about, but I'm not involved with 2 of them.
That's because they don't know what the fuck they're doing over there.
Yeah,
I think they're panicking because Marvel is doing so well, and they are consistently garbage, and like they're not getting better. And like, you know what? Like everyone was talking about how great Wonder Woman was, and then I watched it and I'm like, this is not good. It's not good. I think people are just watching it compared to the other DC movies. Like,
right.
It's not. If you try to stand it next to any Marvel movie, it's still not good.
Yeah. Like,
so
I don't like Brussels sprouts, but if all I was eating was, hey, what's something worse than Brussels sprouts? Somebody help me.
Less healthy?
Just tastes bad. This is a really bad metaphor I'm
Yeah.
involved in right now.
I love Brussels sprouts.
Dude, me too. I was like, those are delicious.
Great.
Okay, so let's say what I was going to say made sense and everybody liked it, and I
Got
just made
it.
a great point, and then we'll move on. No, Jake, I agree with you, man. Like, Wonder Woman's fine, but it's not better than anything Marvel has put out.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Black Panther is 100 times better than Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And even, like, Iron Man 2 is probably 100 times better than Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a hot take right there.
That is- I just think DC's like kind of panicking, and they're like, let's make everything until
making money?
something is good.
Yeah, I mean, Margot Robbie is probably like their best bet, like to put their money on, like at least at this point, like she draws a crowd. She's interesting.
I would agree with that, and I think that if you're going to invest in more of these films, I don't know, do something in the Batman universe because that's the most interesting to me. But let me tell you guys this: not only they're also developing a Joker standalone movie, supposedly with Joaquin Phoenix, that is unrelated to this. Matt Reeves is directing supposedly, a new Batman trilogy that's unrelated to this. Like, it all feels... You know what it feels like when you walk into a comic store and you see 30 different DC comics that all look like they're in completely different universes? Mm-hmm. That's what this feels like. The only problem is that doesn't really work in film, or at least it hasn't been proven to work yet. So, so fuck it. Who cares about that goddamn Harley Quinn movie?
Yeah, it's probably going to be terrible.
Should we move on?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
Next up, it was announced this week that the Pet Sematary remake, we had been talking recently about the casting of Judd Crandall. Obviously, that was played in the original Pet Sematary by the great Fred Gwynne. From
Herman Munster.
From the Herman Munster Show, and the judge from My Cousin Vinny. It was announced that John Lithgow was cast as Judd Crandall for the upcoming Pet Sematary remake, which is to be said to be very faithful to the book. Abigail Gardner, when it comes to John Lithgow, Third Rock from the Sun himself.
Dude, I loved Third Rock from the Sun. I wrote that down as one of my reasons why I give 3 fucks about this. Sorry to jump in, but yeah, I care about this because I loved Pet Sematary.
Wait, do you give 3 fucks from the Sun?
Yes. Third fuck from the Sun. Okay, yes. So I do. I care. I like John Lithgow. I don't know, like, I can't think of anything besides like what he was in Interstellar, and I can remember him in that. Like, he's
Harry and the Hendersons.
Harry and the Hendersons. Okay.
Oh, fucking the first
Planet of the Apes.
Yeah,
okay.
The Planet of the Apes. He's great in that.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
Yeah. Yes, like he's got dramatic chops. Like he's a serious actor, and he can do. I think he can handle this role, and he's also been in comedic roles, obviously. So, Judd Crandall's got like that charm and charisma and stuff. So I think he's gonna nail it. And I care about this movie. I loved this book, and I think it's a good thing. So
Cool.
3 fucks.
I'm gonna come back to you because you know what I'm gonna bring up.
Do I?
You might.
Yeah.
Jake, how many fucks here?
I also gave it 3 because I also really like John Lithgow, and I don't think he's an obvious, like, I had been thinking about it recently, like, who the fuck would play Judd? Because to me, Judd is the most, like, he's who I like, he's the casting choice I care about most for Pet Sematary. Like, everyone else, it's like, okay, you can kind of get whoever to play the Creeds or whatever, but like Judd is kind of the most important, I think. In the book. So I was wondering, like, who could play this part, and then I don't think he's a very obvious choice, but I think he'd be great, and I think a lot of people are probably going to be. I don't think he's going to play like Fred Gwynne. Like, Fred Gwynne played Judd kind of silly.
Right.
I feel like if I would have read the book before I saw the original Pet Sematary, I probably would have hated Judd because he is very silly in the movie, and his accent is beyond. It's great, and I love it, but it's kind of beyond ridiculous. And I don't think we're going to get that kind of. I think John Lithgow is going to play it a little more straight and a little more serious. I don't think people are going to be getting that like weird Maine accent, but I think he's going to be great. Like, John Lithgow has got such like a likable face. He just always looks happy. I think that's good. I think he's going to be great. What I want to know though is, first of all, we're going to get a CGI church. You know that. There's no way church is going to be like, but here's what I'm wondering. No, I don't think it's going to be practical at all. But also, should church talk? What if they did that? What if they were just like, hey, since this cat's going to be animated, let's give him a voice.
Only if it's should church just be the fucking cat from the Paula Abdul video? Fucking
the animated.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I kind of know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna look that up so you guys have a frame of reference for what I'm talking about. Somebody out there is listening and they're laughing their asses
I know the song. I used to do a dance routine to it.
John Lithgow, Jason Clarke was also cast in this movie.
Yeah. Which I think he's great too. I think he's everything I've seen him in has been pretty great. Except
who's he playing? The dad?
He's playing Louis Creed.
Creed, yeah.
So wait a minute. Jason Clarke was in the second Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, he was. Yep.
So, and then John Lithgow was in the first one.
Yeah.
So you guys are telling me
then
that
maybe
Woody Harrelson might be in this movie too?
Well, no, maybe God, what's the guy's name who plays the ape Caesar?
Oh, Snoke. Andy Serkis.
Okay.
Yeah, Andy Serkis. That maybe Andy Serkis is gonna do motion capture for Church.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Actually, I hope he just plays Church as Snoke. That's what I want.
God, yes.
Take off that ridiculous mask. Like, Church, what are you talking about? So what I was going to bring up earlier, I think this movie's going to be pretty cool. I'm actually really looking forward to this. Abby.
Yeah.
Off camera, who was your choice for Judd Crandall?
I said Ed Helms, which was like half as a joke because I thought he could do a really good Fred Gwynne.
You said it as a joke, but then you defended.
But then I was like, I'd be okay because I was like, yo, he's getting older. Like he could do that. He could play it.
He looks kind of like Fred Gwynne, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Mm-hmm. But this isn't a Fred Gwynne movie, so
right? It's not.
Pet Sematary.
In the what if in the book Pet Sematary they're like, well, Fred Gwynne lives next.
Then Church went over to Fred Gwynn's house and he died. Herman Munster. Oh, there's something wrong with your cat there. Oh. All right, cool. Jake's got the giggle.
God, that was awful.
That was bad?
It's good, though.
No, I loved it, though. I loved it.
My impressions are getting worse as we go. All right, cool. Wait a minute. What was the fuck allocation there? So we can keep tabs?
3. We both
gave it 3.
All right, cool. All right, next up. I don't know why I included this one. It was just some good fun. Mm-hmm. 5 of the original. Why are you laughing at me? 5 of the original Avengers this week, it was revealed, got matching tattoos to commemorate their time being Avengers. Those 5 people were Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson, Chris Evans, and 2 more. I don't have the list in front of me. Who was it?
Hawkeye.
God damn. Jeremy Renner, and then who was the 5th one?
I don't know.
All right.
I don't even remember who else.
Real question.
Mark Ruffalo. Okay. Yeah. They all got matching tattoos.
Yeah.
It's like it kind of looks like the Avengers A with a 6. All right.
Why is there a 6?
So I read about that. Apparently, this was whoever the tattoo artist was. He was the 6th. So it was just something they came up with. I don't know.
Cool.
Okay.
The design is whatever,
That's
but
stupid.
Jacob Walsh, as a fan of movies, as a fan of the Avengers, and as a tattoo artist, how many fucks do you give about the Avengers cast getting matching tattoos?
I gave it 0. I guess it's cool that they're getting matching tattoos, but the design is awful, and it's done they're shitty looking tattoo.
They're
like it looks like they did not get a professional. They look like the picture. The picture that you included looks rough. It just doesn't look good. The lines aren't great. There's it looks painful. It doesn't look like a tattoo should look when it's done. They just don't look good. You would think out of 5, people who have more money than, you can think of, they would maybe at least get well done tattoos.
Dude, yeah.
Abigail, how many fucks?
Well, I think the real question is, would you let Hawkeye tattoo you? Because I don't know about all that.
No. Oh, yeah, that was part of the story, right?
Yeah, they all tattooed each other.
Yeah, it was something weird like that.
They gave him a tattoo, but yeah.
They all gave the artist, a tattoo. They all drew a line on the artist, and then the artist gave him... It was something dumb.
Yeah, I give 0 fucks about this. I think celebrity tattoos in general are lame. Jack Shepard. What's it? Yeah, so... Matthew Fox. No, but I honestly I think that it looks lame, like you said, Jake, and I don't really care.
Oh, like in Lost, where they had to use Matthew Fox's actual tattoos. Mm-hmm. They're gonna have to do this with this. Like in the next Sherlock Holmes, they're gonna
write it in.
What is that symbol on Sherlock's arm?
Right.
It must mean something. The tattoo's kind of lame and it's whatever, but I kind of think it's cool that these actors have such a common bond and have so much of like this experience together that they want to commemorate it. What I thought was funny is that the article was stating how this isn't something that's brand new. Like other casts have done this before, and apparently the cast of Suicide Squad all did this too.
Okay.
Yeah, but didn't like Margot Robbie do them?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
They're like all like done, and that's shitty.
That's shitty.
Yeah.
Well, let me use this to talk about how much I like Mark Ruffalo, because I want to do that every
week. He
week.
didn't get a tattoo, though, did he?
I think he was one of the 5.
I thought I read that he was the only one that...
Oh, he's sensible. He's such a dad. Who was the 5th one, then? Go up. Just look at the picture.
Mark Ruffalo was the only one who didn't get tattooed.
Well, look up. Who was the picture?
Jeremy Renner.
Oh.
Margot Robbie.
Kevin.
Chris
Hemsworth.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth. Okay.
Kevin
Got
Hemsworth.
it.
All right, cool. Well, that was a thing we talked about. Hey, that's not going to go in our top 5 moments in YHS history.
No.
But hey, come on. All killer, no filler. Like a Sum 41 album. All right. Last up in the fuck budget for this week. We are 1 month away from something not quite as big as May the 4th be with you. And maybe not even quite as big as a regular Friday. Ghostbusters Day is coming.
Boy.
Hey, what? What?
Now that's bigger than...
Hey, listen, I'm not saying that Ghostbusters Day one day can't be a huge deal, but I'm not going to pretend like in 2018 that hey, Jake, is your tattoo shop doing free Ghostbusters tattoos on Ghostbusters Day?
When the rest of the world recognizes Ghostbusters Day, then it will be a big deal.
Yeah, this is only... Listen, in our circle, it's a big deal, and hopefully as time goes on and the Ghostbusters franchise begins to bloom again, Ghostbusters Day will become a giant deal, but love it or hate it, and I choose to love it, June 8th of this year, which commemorates the 34th year since Ghostbusters came out. Obviously, we're 1 year from the 35th anniversary, will be Ghostbusters Day. I say this. We had it last year, too. We did a live episode last year. We were all thinking maybe last year we're going to get some big announcements. It was kind of teased. Didn't really happen. Was anything announced last year?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
I remember there was like...
I remember we were booing it forward, but that was
not that.
That was not that.
Oh my God. I forgot about that.
Throwing it back. Yeah.
So I remember last year there was like a Q&A with Ivan Reitman and Ernie Hudson.
Yeah.
Was this when everybody was freaking out about like a CGI Egon?
Yes.
or maybe that was Comic-Con. I don't know.
Man, my fucks are going down right now.
Yeah, I was giving this way more fucks and taking them back.
All right. Ignoring last year, listen, without giving too much away, I personally have reason to believe that we might get some cool announcements this year. We're 1 year away from the 35th anniversary. We know that there's going to be a concert tour with a live orchestra this fall. We know that there's an animated movie that has been in development for a while. And we know that the Ghost Corps folks eventually plan on putting out another live action movie, a TV show, something. So, when it comes to Ghostbusters Day 2018, Abigail Gardner, expectations tempered now. How many fucks do you give?
You know, when I thought about that, I initially wanted to give 0 fucks to this, but I'm going to give it all my fucks. I have 4 fucks left, and I care because I want to care. I want there to be big news. I would like that to happen. Yeah, last year there really wasn't anything big, but I mean, it's a chance for all of us to probably do a special episode and, I don't know, add some additional content and maybe do something live or like interact with everyone else and like, I'll see what they're doing. So,
okay. All right,
be fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just kind of connect with the community. Jake?
Yeah.
How many fucks do you give about Ghostbusters?
I gave it 3. Okay. I gave it 3 fucks. Last year was a bit of a disappointment, but I feel like they should know better. This might be bad that I'm even saying this. I feel like they should know better not to do that twice and not like
not give us something.
Yeah, like not have 2. Well, I mean, like right before last year, there were a couple rumors came out and they started talking about their plans to do the animated film, and there was all that kind of stuff. So I think everyone kind of thought there was going to be more announcements last year than there was, but it's been an entire year. So I feel like there's got to be something. Like, it's been an entire year. What are they doing? What have these people go to work every day?
Yeah.
There has to be something to tell us in an entire year.
I think we should just do a bunch of fake announcements for them and then post them from Yes Have Some.
God, yeah, until they catch on.
Yeah.
I just think like Ghostbusters is the reason we're here. Like whether or not we all have weird feelings about Sony or whatever because of what Answer the Call turned into or whatever. That doesn't matter. I still love Ghostbusters, and I feel like we haven't been celebrating it as much because there hasn't been anything happening.
It's been really
quiet. It's been quiet. So I'm excited for there to be like a day.
So what you're saying is you're ready to make Ghostbusters great again.
Yes, I want to have a GB barbecue, and I want to throw it in the backyard, and I want Jake to give out Avengers tattoos.
In all seriousness, like the last year's been pretty quiet. I think the biggest Ghostbusters related thing last year was Stranger Things season 2, which was very cool. But it wasn't. I mean, it was.
We all built that up on our heads a little more than
right.
It turned out to be.
We needed that to be big.
We were like, it's gonna be the whole season Ghostbusters related,
Gozer.
and they're just like
they're gonna be fighting Gozer.
Yes,
Stay Puffs in the Clouds.
Yes, and it was also kind of that feeling of like, oh, someone's finally gonna treat our baby right. Like, they're, you felt good about it.
No, but it was good, and I know Ghost Corps partnered up with the Stranger Things guys, and they did a really good job, and it was cool hearing the song and seeing all the costumes and everything, and it was some good nostalgic fun. But I'm kind of ready for our beloved franchise to kind of, now that the dust is settled from 2016, and everybody's
rise from the ashes.
Yeah, kind of, because I mean, listen, it's a giant property, and it deserves to be treated with respect and new movies and new merchandise, and I don't know. I don't know what kind of announcement, like, just kind of spitballing. We didn't really plan this. What do you expect? Because I think our expectations kind of lead us down the wrong path sometimes. I mean, I remember last year there was like a Mondo poster for Answer the Call, but that nobody could get.
Yeah.
Like, we saw it.
I still think nobody has that thing.
There's no access to it, but it was a good looking print. Like, I wanted it.
I liked it a lot.
And I don't know, Jake, what would be something that you would think would be really cool and realistic that could get announced this year?
Oh God, realistic. I would say maybe that like some solid news on maybe the animated movie or a new cartoon. I would love for them to just come out and be like, we're in pre-production for a new live action movie. Like that would be great, but I don't know if that's realistic.
Okay, Abigail.
I mean, I was gonna say the exact same thing. A pie in the sky would be awesome to get a live action announcement. That doesn't seem realistic though, so an animated movie would be totally great, like a TV series or something like that would be great. Hopefully not like an online animated exclusive to like, some obscure channel. Yeah, hopefully something big.
Here's a bold prediction. And I think this is the kind of news that would break the internet and be a much needed boost of positivity for Ghostbusters. Bring back on Netflix an updated version of the real Ghostbusters.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I know that's not the most genius idea, and people have said it before, but if you think about the time we live in, like a positive, fun Ghostbusters,
kind of adult themed,
kind of just
like how come Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has been constantly a cartoon on TV?
There's been like 8
literally since 1985 or something. Yeah. Like there are 5 or 6. As soon as one ends, a new one starts. Why isn't there a Ghostbusters cartoon? It doesn't have to be it could be any crew. Right. Like why is that happening for one and not the other?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, and I think they were working on Ecto Force a couple years ago, and they kind of pulled the strings. What'd they do? They stopped production because they for whatever reason they decided to go in a different direction. I mean, I know a different direction equals no nothing. Direction.
Yeah.
I mean, we know it's factual information that an animated movie has been in some sort of production for the last couple years. So
right.
You would think we would start hearing some solid news on it. But I kind of hope that with the 35th anniversary being next year, that the news that we get this year is not just, hey, next year we're doing some stuff. So
Yeah.
But
Next
I don't know.
spring.
I want some solid news. I want them to drop some solid, tangible
I want some solids.
shit. Like what? I mean, it would be cool if they're like, "Hey, there's an animated show or an animated movie. Here's some pictures." You know, like it's if there's an animated movie, they can show us concept art or be like, "This is what it's going to look like. These are what the characters are going to look like. It's going to have Ray.
This is Ghostbusters High
School.
I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Ghostbusters High School yearbook.
Ghostbusters High School?
That's what I'm hoping.
I think for next week, I'm going to record an advertisement for all the fake Ghostbusters announcements, but I'm going to...
Yes, that's what I want.
But I'm going to do it as Selinsky from Tommy Boy.
Yes.
Yeah. Hi, cadets.
I was like waiting for it. Here it comes.
There it is.
What's his name? Ray Selinsky? It's
Yeah,
not Ray.
it's
There's no way his name is
not
Ray.
Ray, is it?
Is it Tom? Hold on.
Look up Selinsky so I could do a dumb voice so we could wrap this show.
What's he say? I make America
American working people.
That's who I am, and that's who I care
It's just
about.
it just says Zelensky. It doesn't have
Just
a person.
Zelensky.
Just Selinsky. Well,
You said Zelensky, and I was like, wait, are you talking about Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
wait a minute. What's his last? Is that their name? Selinsky?
Yeah, I think so, right?
Whoa.
I think so.
Hold on.
Wait, did we
If
just
not, I
connect
feel
some
like
fan
idiot.
fiction? Oh, I think it's Selinsky and Zelensky.
Zelensky? What is Zelensky?
Tommy Boy. Ray. It is Ray.
It's Ray Zelensky.
The auto parts king.
Hi, I'm Ray Zelensky from No, he's not from Callahan. He's buying Callahan.
Yeah, he's buying. Yeah.
I was sorry to hear about your father, son. He was a good man. That's when they're in the elevator.
Yes. That
All
was like
right.
a once a week movie for me.
Love Tommy Boy.
Yes.
Welcome to Ghostbusters Day 2018. We're going to be rolling out a brand new film, a Netflix show, a reboot of the Kenner Ghostbusters line, and Pete Mosen is finally going to get his wish granted. And he's going to
He's finally getting his walk of fame. Sorry.
Oh my god.
We're going to be flying him out. He's going to tour Ghost Corps with his friend Dan Aykroyd, and they're going to drink smoothies while watching his scene from Ghostbusters 2 over and over. Because I'm the American working man, and Pete Mosen's who I care about.
And you make cartoons.
I don't
That
care
was
anymore.
amazing.
I love Pete. Listen,
good.
You gotta lean into it.
Hey, that was
You gotta
great.
roll into
Thank you.
Let's get Pete on the show.
I would love to have Pete Mosen.
For sure.
Pete Mosen, listen.
Can we
Say
just
what you
have
want.
Pete Mosen and we'll call the episode like airing of grievances with Pete
No,
Mosen?
you know how like
Maybe it's a new section of the show, and every week we're just like, Pete, what's grinding your gears?
yeah, and then he's gonna be like, oh well, they called me and they said, we're gonna roll hard on this third film. I don't know. Listen, here's the thing.
Talking about that after party.
I want to say something truthful here.
Yes.
Nobody gets through life without problems.
Yes, I know. Keep it away from her.
We broke Jake again. Listen. Here's the thing. Pete Mosen is a longtime member of the Ghostbusters community. He's had a rough couple years, and he
had a good run.
He had a good run. He's disgruntled.
Free champagne. We're still going.
Listen. The guy is upset about something, and I would. You know how wrestlers do shoot interviews.
Yeah,
and it's like Scott Hall tells all. Like I want to do that with Peter Mosen.
Yeah,
I think we should. Yeah,
because
let's invite him on. Let's do it. Why are we doing it?
Him? Where does he live?
We'll fly to him. He lives up north near the thing with the guy and the stuff.
Got it.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
I think we should do it.
Hey, I will reach out to Peter Mosen and be like, look, we want to interview you
for our 100th episode.
Oh my God, YHS breaks the internet.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. YHS without borders. That's what I'm calling this episode. We've crossed the lines. Either way, we're excited about Ghostbusters Day, and just like Jake said, YHS wouldn't be here without Ghostbusters. We would probably still be here if Peter Mosen didn't put on that flight suit. But he was one of the originators, and maybe he deserves his like piece.
A moment. Yeah.
He deserves his moment. I wish I was in Ghostbusters too.
Yeah, me too. That seems like
and I also also wish I had his like cast or crew member silky jacket that
he's got some
He's
stuff.
got nice jackets.
He's got some nice jackets.
So.
All right, cool. Well, no promises, but I can always reach out and I'll let everybody know
if you can get me that jacket.
If I can get, hey Pete, let me get that jacket. Also, what do you do with Harold Ramis's boots, belt, and elbow pads?
All right.
We've said enough. Thank you guys for fuck budgeting with me this week. This was fun.
It was fun, yeah.
Jake,
thanks for the budget.
You're welcome.
Giving me the fuck budget money.
I'm a loan officer.
Yeah.
Jake, anything else before we wrap this up?
No, I think I'm good. I think that's it, man.
All right.
Yeah, I feel good.
Done.
Abigail?
Done for the week.
Feeling good.
Feeling good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, then it's time for us to wrap up. And I was going to have a friend step in and plug the social media. What do you guys think?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm ready for him, cadet.
Hi, I'm Ray Solinsky, here for Yes Have Some Podcast, and I'm here to talk about all the fun stuff happening on social media. Because after all, I'm an American working man, and the American working man deserves American working at YHS Podcast Instagram accounts, as well as at YHS Podcast Twitter accounts. What else do we do?
Was that it?
I was just showing you a picture of Dan Aykroyd to give you inspiration.
Abby just showed me a picture of Dan Aykroyd, and I love Dan Aykroyd.
You just jumped right into it. He's great.
I love it. All right.
He's great.
Thanks, Ray, for that. But seriously, if you want to join YHS on social media, make sure you go to @YHS Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. Also, Facebook.com/YesHaveSomeCast and YesHaveSomeCast.com. As far as the podcast goes, and if you're listening to this, you know that this is why we're here, to talk shit every week. We want you to subscribe. If you listen to us on iTunes, or what is this dance you're doing?
I'm doing it's pretty much just Kristen Wiig and Bridesmaids.
Okay. The subscribe dance. We want you
fun.
to.
It's good.
We want you
should all see it. Hey, we're gonna have a video component soon, guys. So get ready for that.
Whoa! Spoilers.
Oh, sorry.
Spoiler alert. Tell him. I don't
Hit
care.
the subscribe button.
Sorry.
iTunes.
Thanos just got me.
Thanos.
Spoiled you
Abby
all.
just faded away. She's in the heart of the ocean. What was I saying?
I'm getting that necklace from Walmart.
Okay. If you want to listen to Yes Have Some Podcast, the easiest way to do that is to find us on iTunes and subscribe, or whatever podcast app you use. And what really helps us out is if you go to iTunes and leave a 5-star review and let us know what you love about us. And that's the kind of stuff that really helps podcasts find new audience. We want to find a new audience. We want to find more people to listen. We want to keep growing this thing, and we're doing a lot. We got a lot coming up. Like we said, we got Deadpool, we got Han Solo, we got MegaCon, we got Dragon Con. We didn't even get that. We're going to be talking about PKE Search coming up. So yeah, Yes Have Some Podcast. Subscribe on iTunes, @YHS Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. Group Therapy is the official discussion thread. You're going to go to Facebook.com and search Yes Have Some Group Therapy. And that is all I have.
Wookiees and Cookies episode 2.
Oh, and Wookiees and Cookies episode 2 is now available on the YouTube channel as well as Facebook video. And we've got more of that coming.
And it's in my tummy, too, because I ate a snickerdoodle.
That's what we were talking about at the very top of the episode.
Full circle.
Yeah.
Full circle. Abby has been
circle,
eating
that's it.
6-month-old frozen cookies.
Don't care. Don't judge me. You're jealous. It's good.
You're jealous.
If it's frozen, it's fine.
We should send out signed frozen cookies to our listeners.
Dude, that was my plan when I froze them.
Yeah.
I think it would be worth money.
But until next time, my name's Craig Goldberg for Abigail Gardner and Jacob Walsh. This has been Yes Have Some Podcast, episode 97. We will see you on the flip side.
Bye, guys.
We'll see you at Flip City. Oh, Jake, by the way, no dice. There is no karaoke version of Flip City. I've been looking.
I knew it.
You've been looking for like 10 years.
I know.
You look every day.
So there's that. All right, bye, everybody.
Night.
Bye, guys.